So another great feature of After Effects is that if you just drag it to this point, then it just automatically creates a new composition. But here we don't need that, so I'm just going to drag it around here, and I created this video in After Effects. Oh, so it's not full. I need to make it 0.5%. Yeah, as I said, it just doesn't work out. So let me just delete it and delete this adjustment layer. What are we going to do is just select it out here. So we have our new composition, and it's of the similar it's of the similar size as of the video. So you can see now nothing gets cut out. It just takes too much of time to load. So you can see some motion blurs out there. This is a motion blur, you can see it. Yeah, so this is a animation created through After Effects, but what I was going to tell you was about adjustment layers. So if you just create a layer, new, Control Alt Y, that's for an adjustment layer, and you see that an adjustment layer just really comes out here. And then what you can do is go to presets, effects and presets, and then let's just go with color distortion, and let's just add black and white to this. So if you just change something, if you want to change something in there, you can just make it go all inside it. And even if I add a shape layer like this, and oh, it's acting as a mask, so it won't work. But what we need is a new shape layer, and let's just keep it inside the adjustment layer. Oops. Just hold it, and down. There we go. And let's just create a layer of the color, whatever color, it will just come black and white. Let's just make it go full black. Alright. So the rectangle, oh sorry, it won't show up because it's below the footage. So what you need to do now is go to you need to drag this above. There we go, we can see that here. And let me just change the color. Perhaps you can change it, you can change the color from here, or even you can change the color from the color window that I have not enabled right now. Let me just make it this one. Alright, so I just used the red color, still it's black and white. Why? I didn't add any effect to the shape layer, but what I did was I created an adjustment layer and added an effect to it that was the black and white effect, and you can see everything under it comes as black and white. So it just saves a lot of time. That's the use of adjustment layer, and you can see as we delete it, it just comes as right. So let's just delete the other part. There we go. And let's just delete the second comp. We were working with the first comp, 33.3%. There we go. And you have a lot of things there. You can just use the RGB. You can just I just explained you that what is RGB, red, green and blue. in Illustrator. So if you just want the blue, just want the green, just want the red shades, you can select it, and this just takes a snapshot and saves it, and you can see the snapshot by using this one. And this is the toggle mask and shape path visibility, so you can just see where your path of your shape is. You can the path of your shape will be visible through this if you select this on. And then we've got choose grid and guide options. You can choose a grid if you want one. If you don't, you don't need one. Yeah, that's basically that. And then primary viewer, use this viewer for audio and external video preview. So the thing we select here, the same thing will be shown in the final product. And always preview this view. So it will just basically create a preview before making an animation. So that's basically the download part. And region of interest, if you want the region of interest to be the half, you can do that. So just things in this part will be visible, nothing else, and you can just work with that. And then you've got toggle transparency grid, so everything will be just transparent rather than being in a background. And this is something related to 3D, and everything related to 3D will be covered in the 3D animation part. So yeah, that's it. These are the animations, effects and presets. You can just use any of them as I showed you: force motion blur, pixel motion blur, whatever you want. It's very simple to use, and it's not that hard. You can just use your drop shadow, your spotlight, your sphere, and these things so actually are useful. And if you want more of effects and presets, then you can install the Adobe Bridge, so you can get more effects like the Twixter and stuff like that. So just comes in the slow motion part. If you know what is the Twixter, I will be showing you what is the Twixter. It's an interesting preset. And this is something related to 3D. This is something related to 3D. This is something related to 3D. I'm going to be showing you that the next time, but let's just make use of everything we have. And then this is our timeline. Here is the place where we work. Just 30 seconds, full 30 seconds. You work around this part, and you can just use the layers, and you can just change them through these 3 toggle switches. And this is zooming in and zooming out part of the timeline. So you can just zoom in the timeline or zoom out the timeline. You if you have used Camtasia or a Premiere Pro, you would know what the timeline can be done to it. And you can just shorten it, you can just widen it, you can work with it, and you can even change your composition settings whenever you want to. You can switch to 3D mode, and you can even get previews before getting your thing right. So that's basically it. You can add fonts from the type kit, and basically these things are made. This is a another part. You can undo, redo, you can check your history, whatever you did. to your animations. This is a pretty interesting thing you can do. You can just drag down and you can just check out whatever you did. So that's great. But yeah, if I just click here, it's just, it won't affect much of it. Yeah, so that's it. No, it's not it. And you can even add templates to your thing, and you can make a template for yourself. So you can just make a little bit of changes and your new video is ready, like the text part or the audio part or something like that. So that's your templates, your layers. Well, what I'm going to teach you next is the matte function. The matte function is really not that hard and not that easy too. And then you have got masks. Masks is really easy to work with, and people sometimes make mistakes, but masks are pretty fun. So we'll be learning that in the next lecture. And then we have got many other stuff, and you can just toggle around with the effects. These are for heavy animations that I'm going to create and then show you next. You can even change your views. Even you can choose what you need to see. I told you I didn't have that paint thing, or I could just change the color from there. So you can just use another Windows. Here's your workspace. If you want to make it standard, you can, if you want to show all the panels, stuff like that. You can undock these panels. Undock panel, Control Z. Yeah, you can just then even just close the panel. Yeah, it's upon you, and just make things as it is. And you can even change your workspace, reset standard. Yes, so it just comes in as it was before. If you have made any changes, it's just bees as it needs to be. Yeah, so that's After Effects. There are a lot of things that I want to tell you about. Well, let's just start with the solid part so you can know. So let's just go with layer. Oops, you just need to clear. Yeah, layer, new, and then solid. So let's just make the solid be pinkish type of thing. Yeah, alright, okay. So you've got our solid. So we want to animate that. So how to do that? Well, go to transform, hit the stopwatch whenever you want it to hit. So we'll just keep it 0. Well, let's make a positional positional animation. So go and then hit shift page down, page down, page down, shift page down, and just move it to 5 seconds. Alright, and then hit it low. So when it becomes 5 seconds, the ping goes off and the black comes on. So it's pretty easy, just simple as that. But you could see it just looks a lot rigid. Well, to change that, you can just take this, make it go easy ease, and just close enough the keyframe, and so it just goes down and just slows it up. Or else what you can do is make it normal, even more nearer, and choose this one, and then easy is that one. So what will it do is that it will be faster and then slower. It will be faster at the start and slower in the end. Oh, sorry, slower in the start. It will ease at the start and it will just zip out at the end. Slow and then zip. That's how easy works. It's not that rigid. And then you can also, what you can do is add motion blur. So it just adds a bit more to your animation. And the next thing can also be done, that is using your keyframe velocity. So if the outgoing velocity is 0, you can just make it high. Let me make it 76 and OK. So when it will just go, it will just go too fast. So, and boom. So let me just make this one a bit more nearer. So it looks clean. So there we go. You have made a basic animation till now, a solid animation. There we go. That's your animation. And the other thing you can do is go to graphic editor and make it a bit slow, or you can just make it a bit touching close. Just make sure that your keyframe is not really close, and you can even make it elongated. So you can work out with that. And then I've just eased it more. It just stops there. Yeah, so that's a basic animation for you. And if you just don't stop it, it just goes and on and on and on. You just need to stop it. Yeah. So there we have a very basic animation of hers. And let me just delete it. And the other thing is this one, Draft 3D, that I'm not going to show right now because it's in the 3D section. The 3D lecture, sorry, not the section. And then let me just make a shape layer and hit Alt and then hit Alt. Let me just create a circle, ellipse, and the fill must be red, blue, yep, making it blue. And let's just add a window, that is our paint window. Yeah, and we don't want any strokes, so just hit that.